Welcome to the Hardcore Closer Podcast. I'm Ryan Stewman, founder of HardcoreCloser.com, and this podcast is all about helping you, the salesperson, close more sales. And look, whether you're selling cars, homes, financial services, consulting, whatever it is that you sell, this podcast is dedicated to help you generate higher quality leads, increase your closing ratios, and show you how to charge premium fees for the items you sell so you can get paid what you're worth. Welcome to episode 82 of the THC podcast. Fuck, I can't believe I said that. Okay, let me do this again. Welcome to episode 82 of the Hardcore Closer podcast, and I'm so glad you're here. If you're a first timer, be sure to check out the previous episodes and do me a favor, give me a review on iTunes. I know some of you that have been around for a while go, here we go. Here's the thing, it helps the show out a ton. I have a goal. My goal is to reach 300 million salespeople. And the only way that I'm going to be able to reach 300 million salespeople is with your help. And one of the modalities that we use, one of the communication devices that we use in order to reach those 300 million salespeople is iTunes. Matter of fact, it's the biggest platform. You're probably listening to this podcast on iTunes right now. And if you're watching on YouTube or SoundCloud or somewhere else, just simply leave me a comment, hit the like button, share it, obviously. But if you're on iTunes, leave me a review. Just simply click the middle of the podcast, leave me a 5-star review like this one right here that says awesome. That's it. It just says awesome. 5 stars by Harvey Rocker, HVY, Heavy Rocker. I like that, Heavy Rocker. It's like a license plate. I had to decipher it. And it says, if you like Cardone and Gittimer, this takes it up a notch. Yes, sir. That's a good one right there. So appreciate the 5-star review, Heavy Rocker. And look, we'll read your stuff. You can pitch your business on the air. You can write like your phone number, your email address, your website in the review. I'll read that shit. I'm not above it whatsoever. Before we jump into the episode, let me share something with you here. And you're probably going to hear me say this a lot because I'm fucking passionate about it. Like super passionate about it. I have a goal to create at least 10 new millionaires in the next 12 months. Do I have your attention? My goal is to create 10 new millionaires, not people that make a bunch of money. That's a byproduct of that. But 10 new millionaires. That's people who have a net worth, assets minus liabilities of at least 7 figures in the next 12 months. I'm going to invite you to be one of those 10 people. It's not going to be an expensive process money-wise. All it's going to be is it's going to take some effort on your end, and it's going to take some dedication and focus, but it's easily attainable. I've done it. I've done it in the way that I will show you how to do it. And all you got to do is just fall into my system. You might think, okay, well, what system? How are you going to do it? What the hell are you talking about, Ryan? Well, let's get real for a second. There is an emerging market out there, whether you're paying attention or not. You see, I'm always paying attention. I'm what they call woke. Back in the 90s, I realized there was a dot-com bubble. There was a dot-com bubble, and I was able to make money from it. We sold websites. I had no idea what a website was or how to make it, but we sold a few, and we made some money from it. When the subprime boom happened, I was there. I wrote mortgages from 2003 to 2010. I cashed in on it. Matter of fact, at the height of the subprime boom in 2005, I made over $700,000 in gross sales in a one-man company with gigantic margins. When I saw the bubble of IM and coaching, I got in on it. I saw the ability for us to step in and become internet marketers. I stepped in on that, and I've cleared 7 figures multiple times over from that. But now I see the next bubble, and I see it being created by leaders and marketplace disruptors. And I see that it's something that everybody's got to have. Everybody wants once they hear about it. The only thing is, a lot of folks are still in the dark and don't know it exists. You see, there's this thing called a sales funnel. And if you've ever watched any of our Whiteboard Wednesdays, or if you've listened to any of these episodes, you've heard me mention it and show you how it works. You see, a website says, "Hello, we are open for business. Here is our contact information, good sir." Whereas a sales funnel is like, "Yo, give me your motherfucking name, email address, and phone number," like DMX. But see, the difference between a website, it tells people a story. A sales funnel captures a lead. And so we're going to see a .com bubble shift from websites to sales funnels. Every business should really have both. But here's the thing. There's 5.8 million small business owners and 200,000 funnel makers that need to be paired up. You have an opportunity. I want to repeat. You have an opportunity to pair the two up and make a tremendous amount of money from it. You can sell a sales funnel to a business owner for as little as $2,500, and you could keep a $2,000 commission for that. I see people all day, every day lately that are advertising that they'll build a funnel for $100, and you can totally sell those things for a hell of a lot more. I know I've done it. I've flipped funnels. I've made money from funnels. I've got friends that charge $100,000 up front plus 20% of the profits just to build sales funnels. Businesses need them. They work. But here's the thing. There's a template that you need to follow. There's contracts that you need to have in place. There's a system of selling that you have to have. And I've created all that for you because I've done it. We regularly sell sales funnels for $10,000 a pop. The last sales funnel I sold for $10,000 netted a builder over $8 million in sales. You think that was a good investment for the business owner, the builder? It's actually a developer. Hell yeah, it was. And guess what I get to do to the next person that I decide to sell one to? I get to show them those results. But there's a whole world of tech geeks out there that can make these funnels and have no fucking clue how to sell them. They are scared to death to pick up the phone. They are scared to death to communicate with people. They are hiding behind the computer. And guess what? We get to fucking be their voice. You, the salesperson, have an opportunity to step up in an emerging market and be the voice of those who are fearful. You get to be fearless and get to be the voice. And guess what? Because of that, you get to keep the lion's share of the commissions. Now, see, I'd like to show you how you can become a millionaire. You have to do the work. You have to follow the process. But I want to show you how you can become a millionaire because that's my goal. I don't fuck around on goals. My goal is to create 10 new millionaires. Somebody listening to this right now is going to be one of those 10 people. Could be you. That's not to mention the countless thousands upon thousands of $100,000 plus incomes I intend to add as a byproduct of making at least 10 people millionaires. You have an opportunity to become a funnel closer. That's what I'm calling this. Where you sell funnels to small business owners and then don't build the funnel. You don't have to worry about coding a website or learning how to use lead pages or any of that stuff. None of that. All you got to do is just outsource the work. And I've got the whole plan together for you. I've got it all. I've put together the contracts, the legal documents. I've even got financing for you to be able to finance the small business owners who need loans to build their funnels with you. Got sales training, prospecting, advertising training, all put in one place. And if you want to learn all about it, go to funnelcloser.com and sign up for the training. Again, that's funnel, Funnel, closer.com, funnelcloser.com. Sign up, put your name, email address, and phone number in there. Watch the video, buy the program, get involved. We are launching the program. Matter of fact, we've already launched it. We are adding content as I'm recording this on a Wednesday. We're launching content in it tomorrow on Thursday. And prices are going up in the next 30 days from when we launch content. So it's right now, it's basically 50% off of what I intend to sell it for as an early bird for getting in early. So you have an opportunity as you're hearing this to save money that you invest in yourself. Because here's what I know. When I did this with Break Free Academy, I came up and I said it's 50% off and I doubled the prices for about 2 days. People were like, well, I want the old price. Then they realized that I wasn't fucking around. And guess what? They went from the old price to we sold more of the new ones we sold more units at the new price that was double the price than we did at 50% off. So I just want you to know that I already know that this isn't some scarcity ploy. I'm raising the prices because that's where the money's at. But I also know this is work that if I can show you how to make $2,000 commission from one sale and how it doesn't cost you $1 to get started, there's prospects everywhere. And in some cases, you can even have leads handed to you. You'd be a fool not to invest full price into something anyway. So, speaking of me creating millionaires, I think this is a good segue into the actual meat of the show. Speaking of me wanting to create, not wanting, going to create 10 new millionaires. Today, I want to share with you 5 things you should do every day if you want to be filthy fucking rich. I'm friends with a gentleman named David Goggins. I'm proud to be friends with him. And he was a SEAL for almost 20 years. He went through Hell Week. He has the world record for doing over 4,000 pull-ups in less than 24 hours. And I pick him up from the airport a couple of months ago, and he gets in the car and he tells me, I worked in the military on a military budget for almost 20 years of my life. And now I'm on this speaking scene, and he told me how much money he was making. He said, I might as well be fucking Bill Gates. I might as well be Bill Gates. With the amount of money I'm used to living on, the amount of money I'm making right now, this is as fucking rich as I could ever imagine myself being. And I share that story with you because filthy stinking rich doesn't necessarily mean you have to be Bill Gates. Filthy stinking rich doesn't mean that you need hundreds of millions or tens of millions of dollars. Filthy stinking rich to you could be a $500,000 income a year. Filthy stinking rich to you could be $250,000 income a year. I would challenge you to get your thinking up. But we all live on different levels. But if you're living making $40,000 a year right now, $500,000 is a long stretch for you. I understand that. Right now, if you're making $100,000, $500,000 might be a stretch for you too. I understand that. That's what we do. We stretch. We grow. We get more limber. We get more flexible. And so I want you to put your own definition on rich. That's why I didn't say how to become a millionaire or whatever. It's rich. It's your own definition. But I'm going to share with you 5 things today that are the key things that have allowed me to achieve the level of success I have today. And I'm not here to say, look at me, I'm all successful, but I don't have it bad at all. And I've got way more than I ever expected to have, but I have way less than I know I'm going to have. That's a bright look on life for me. Maybe it'll work for you too. Number 1, schedule your time. Rich people don't give their time to cheap people. Rich people don't give their time away for free. There's a tipping point. I've hit that tipping point where in the beginning, you're trading your time for dollars. You work an hourly wage, you go to the office for a certain amount of time, whatever the case is, you clock in, clock out, got a salary. But once you accumulate wealth, you start trading your money for time. Now all of a sudden you pay for faster airplanes to get you to places quicker. You pay for better service. You pay other people to do jobs for you so that you get time back to yourself. Time is the only thing that's perpetually expiring on this planet. Everything else we can pretty much regenerate, but our time. And so I want you to think of how important it is. A lot of us, we just give their time to fucking vampires. You just give your time to vampires. You don't pay attention to what you're doing with your time. Hell, some of you are your own time vampires. You run around telling people you're busy, but you're busy doing shit that don't make you money, busy doing shit that don't make you rich, busy doing shit because you can't organize and schedule your time correctly. As crazy as this sounds, the number one thing I train my sales team on isn't sales. I think everybody's pretty good at sales anyway. Not just on my team, everybody on the planet's pretty good at selling something if they like it. You ever had a kid tell you all about his toy? Right? If somebody's passionate about something, they'll sell it to you. What I teach and we have plenty of leads here, but what I teach my salespeople is how to manage their time. Because if you're taking on a massive amount of leads, you can't be having hour-long conversations with everybody, or you can only have 8 to 10 of those conversations a day, and you might only close 1 or 2 deals a day, and that's not acceptable. I schedule my time. I live and die by a calendar. There's episode after episode after episode where I talk about how I live and die by a calendar on here. But nothing gets by me. Like if I look at my calendar right now, Thursday night at 7:30 on my calendar, it's scheduled time to go out with my wife. On Saturday, it's scheduled time to be at Jackson's soccer game, my oldest son. On Thursday at 6:30, I'm scheduled to be with family. Sorry. Yes. Thursday at 6:30, I'm scheduled to go to karate and then date night at 7:30. And in between that, I put all my work stuff in there. If my wife wants something from me or if the kids need some of my time, they put it on my schedule. They don't just ambush me. Hey, Dad, will you take us here? They know it doesn't work that way. There's no ambushing in our house. See, one of the hardest things for me to do is to focus. And I've gotten really good at focusing over the years. And I've gotten really good about training my brain to focus and staying laser focused and targeted on the results that I want. And when somebody distracts me from my focus, it fucks me up. And so the way that I keep my focus is by scheduling my time, because once I see my time and what I've got to do, it keeps me focused on achieving the goals. Scheduling your time is a game changer. And if you're one of those people that just like you wake up every day and you like don't know what the fuck you're going to do for the day, you're like, you got a couple things that you got to do, but you really don't know what the fuck you're going to do. You don't have a plan. A schedule is a plan. Scheduling your time is planning to do some shit. A lot of people, they never finish stuff. They're not true closers because they start a bunch of shit and they never finish it. Remember those kids on the school ground? They start a bunch of shit, but they never want to fight. They get everybody all worked up and then they fucking disappear. A lot of entrepreneurs and salespeople are that way. They get 85% done with fucking 100 things, but they never finish and close one thing. Closers are finishers. They never finish and close one single thing, so they never get the results of anything because 85% ain't shit until you get 100. Schedule your time, complete your tasks. Number 2, you got to take care of your mind. You know, Sublime says it first, you know, but first take care of head. I'm a terrible singer. So here's the thing. Our mind never really rests because even when we're sleeping, we don't know where the fuck we drift off to. What dimension are we in? Did somebody turn our video game off? Like, what the fuck happens? We don't know what the fuck goes on when we sleep. And our mind, studies show our mind races while we sleep too. And so taking care of your mind, it's like imagine if you were constantly doing push-ups or pull-ups, because your mind is a muscle. Imagine if you were constantly doing pull-ups and push-ups day in and day out. I'm 38 years old. Day in and day out for 38 years, man. My shit would be worn out. I need to give my muscles a rest. This morning I was in the gym. I did bench press, back, and biceps. And guess what? In between sets, I had to give my muscles a rest. But yet we rarely give our brain a rest. Most people don't even meditate. They medicate. They take drugs. They take pills. But they don't meditate. And meditation is not some enlightened douchebag fucking weirdo stuff. Meditation is giving your brain a rest, just like you would give your muscles a rest after you did a few reps. After you do a few hours, give your brain a rest. 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Put it on your schedule. You have to take care of your mind. Me, I take care of my mind with smoke. You know, I like to chill, smoke. It allows me to expand my thinking and relax a little bit, kind of go numb. If not, my brain runs a million miles an hour, but I meditate as well. Sometimes for 5 minutes, sometimes for 30. But I know my brain needs a rest, especially my brain needs a rest because I'm so fucking active with it anyway. And if I don't shut it down and focus on my breath and give my brain that break, it's kind of like your schedule. If you don't control your brain and meditate with it, it's kind of like your schedule just runs all over the fucking place. And you never know what the fuck you're going to get from it. So take care of your mind. Meditate. Look, man, I'm all good with smoking, drinking, taking pills. That's like bad shit, right? I mean, I drink and I'm occasionally take a pill. But I'm just saying that's not a way to escape. That's a toxic way. Smoking, vaping, edibles, oils. Make sure you don't do anything illegal. If that shit's not legal in your state, don't do it. Especially don't tell the cops that I said do it. That's a good way to take your mind off of things too. But that's on you. I'm not telling you to do that. Definitely don't drive while you do that. Probably you shouldn't listen to my advice, anything, because it's probably fucking illegal in your state. You know, you got to say a bunch of disclaimers. There's always some fucking idiot. Number 3, you got to take care of your body. If you discipline the body, the mind will follow. And how you do anything is how you do everything. If you know you should work out, which you do, and you don't, what else do you know you should do that you're not? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. This shit shows up in other areas of your life. You're putting off the things you know you need to do, like exercise. And what else are you putting off that you know you need to do? It's probably putting off meditation. You're probably putting off scheduling your time. But how the fuck are you going to be filthy, stinking rich? How are you going to reach the goals? How are you going to drive the cars you want, own the houses you want, bang the fucking opposite sex or the same sex, whatever you're fucking into the way that you want to? If you half-ass doing shit, if you're ignoring shit that you know should be mandatory to do in your life, if you ignore it, then what the fuck? Every morning, Monday through Friday, as long as I'm not on the road or have some kind of weird office meeting or whatever, I hit the gym, CrossFit, Body Machine Fitness, LA Fitness. I hit it all. I mix it up. I know I get bored with one thing or the other, so I mix it up so that I got choices. But I know that if I don't take care of my body, then I'll just have all this pent-up anxiety inside of me, and I'll eventually blow. I go 2 or 3 days on the road where I don't work out or whatever, and I get back, I lose my motherfucking mind. You got to exercise your body, and if you become disciplined enough to exercise your body and make it through that pain, you'll become disciplined enough and mentally tough enough to be able to make it through pretty much anything. Number 4, journal. You know, I have a blog, hardcorecloser.com. You might be watching this on that blog or listening to this on that blog now. And on my blog, hardcorecloser.com, that's basically my journal. I'm telling stories about my life. I'm telling stories about my experiences. I'm telling stories about people that I've crossed paths with, and so on and so forth. I'm journaling my life. You know, my YouTube channel's got 1,400 and something videos. At some point, my grandkids, my great-grandkids, they're going to be watching those videos. My life was journaled. I can go back right now and see where I was 5 years ago versus where I am now. I can see the goals that I wrote down, the way that I taught, the way that I acted. I can see the evolution. I can be proud of myself. Number 5, set goals. And I'm just going to get real with y'all for a minute here, as if y'all know me to do anything different. Let me pull this shit up on my deal. This is what you got to do if you want to be rich. Here's my goals for 2017. I wrote these down in 2016. Number 1 was drastically reduce the pressure, noise, and drama in my life. There's a check mark next to that. I have truly got to a space where I'm a lion that's not concerned with sheep. Number 2, own one apartment complex for cash flow. And in parentheses, it says next to it, I'm not interested in that anymore. Or at least not right now. The next one says flip 6 homes. And in parentheses, it says 2 down. I got 4 to go, and it's September to hit that goal. The next one says earn 5 million net income at Hardcore Closer. We're working on it. We're working hard. Next is add 5,000 clients to Break Free Academy, Entourage, BFA, and Tribe. I'm at 1,000 so far. Reach over 100 million readers online and off. I've done that. Write 2 more books. They're both in the works right now. Make a TV appearance. I'm no longer interested in that. I'm not really fucking concerned with all this fake news shit. I don't want to go into fake news. The next one's buy land in Oklahoma. And that's very specific, and I will be buying land, but not in Oklahoma, so it says no longer interested next to it. The next one says buy a new home. Did that already. Buy a vacation condo. Still deciding where I want to do that at. Get an office for Break Free Academy. I'm sitting in it right now. And $1 million liquid, which I have. And I set those goals, and I look back on them a few times this year to make sure I'm on track. I know I'm not at 5 million yet with just Hardcore Closer, so I got to push. I know that some of that might seem really vain, buy land and condos and stuff, man, but I buy assets. That's what I do. That's part of my goals is to continue to grow. But if you'll notice, the number 1 thing that I mentioned was drastically reduce the pressure, noise, and drama from my life. There's a check next to that. And once I did that, the rest of the shit started falling into place. And guess what? Some of my goals I decided I didn't want anymore. They weren't goals that I had anymore. People change, people evolve, people level up, level down, level sideways. But once I reduced the pressure and noise, I realized what I really wanted, and that's what I'm focused on. So if you want to be rich, these are the things that you have to do every day. You set daily goals for yourself, monthly goals for yourself, yearly goals for yourself, and biannually goals for yourself. So let's go over the 5 things you need to do. 1, schedule your time. Man, time is the only thing you don't get back. If you don't respect and treat time right, you will never be able to respect and treat money right. Number 2, take care of your mind. I smoke 2 joints in the morning, smoke 2 joints at night. And joints are bad, okay? Meditate is what I'm talking about. You want to make sure that you meditate. Give your brain a rest. Number 3, put your body to work. Take care of your body. Exercise. Number 4, journal. Start a blog. Write on Medium. Keep something in Evernote. Evernote's free. Use Evernote. But make sure that you're journaling yourself so you can be proud of your evolution. And number 5, set goals to improve on. Every day my goal is to get through my schedule. I set long-term goals, and every day my goal is to get through my schedule. So here's the thing. You can go over to elevatortothetop.com and you can grab a free paperback copy of my book. But here's what I'd rather you do this time. I'd rather you get signed up for that funnelcloser.com webinar and check out what we're doing over there. It's mind-blowing. I believe that I have the opportunity of a lifetime for you. And you don't hear me say that. I'm making some bold claims on this thing because I wholeheartedly believe in it. So head over to funnelcloser.com. And if you want to be filthy, stinking rich, you want other people to be rich alongside of you, trust me, it's lonely at the top. It's very small population up here. You want to help other people get up here, make sure you share this episode with them, and we'll catch you next week.